That, you know, like
That's
come
where you
on,
say
man.
that's where the peacock walking starts. There.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen,
and-
don't be Chris Farley from Tommy Boy when he walks by. He's like, you know where the weight room is?
Yeah.
He's right. I'll check it out after your set. Welcome in, folks, to another episode of For Your Health, the podcast, sponsored by Roane General Hospital. We're going to be talking all things the Prescription for Your Health program here at Roane General Hospital, an all-encompassing program. It's data-driven. It talks about exercise, wellness, visiting with your primary care physicians, health and wellness as far as physicality and as far as mental health, dietary fixes that you need, nutrition. It's an all-encompassing program here, and we're very happy that we're part of this with our podcast week in and week out. We're trying to get the information to the general public about the fact that it's a free program, and they are here to help you here in Roane County and the surrounding counties improve your health and wellness one step at a time. We're going to switch gears a little bit today, though. Normally, we do a lot of data-driven podcasting, and we talk about numbers. We talk about health and wellness in many different ways. You know, we've talked with primary care physicians, cardiologists. We've talked to nutritionists, all sorts of things, mental health coaches, all of that. We've talked with our guest here today a few times already, and that is the Director of Medical Fitness for Roane General Hospital, and that is Kyle Raines. Kyle, once again, thank you for coming back here. You've become kind of a famous guy here already. We've had a couple podcasts we've released with you, and this one, we didn't need many notes for this one, Kyle. This is going to be a fun one here.
So, thanks for having me again. You know, I'm really starting to enjoy the podcasting, maybe missed my calling. You know, I know we're not quite doing Joe Rogan numbers, but, you know, it's pretty fun. But, so we're kind of talking some gym etiquette today, you know, a little bit on, you know, some unwritten rules in the gym, some behavior you may not think you are doing, but you are.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of deterring some other people away from using stuff, or maybe you're just kind of a little intimidated on coming in, don't know what to do, like the, you know, the Ricky Bobby, like, what do I do with my hands? That kind of stuff there.
So there's a lot of written and unwritten rules for gym etiquette. And if anybody out there is watching this and you have any social media whatsoever, it would be highly questionable that you haven't seen at least one or two videos about gym etiquette. And there's all sorts of people who are out there, they're calling out things that happen. And here's the deal. We're in the age where everybody records everything, everybody posts everything. So there's a lot of opportunities for people to be called out on improper gym etiquette. Yeah. And there are many ways, and we're going to have some fun with this one here today. If something triggers you out there, folks, just take a long look and think about it. Maybe you are guilty of some of these things. We're not going to we're not pointing fingers at anybody in particular. This is more, people sometimes may not know or may not realize that they're doing something like this, or maybe they do realize it and they just haven't been called out on it. So,
I mean, I've done some of it too, you know, where you know, in between sets, you know, you're waiting, you know, you're kind of resting for your next one. Oh, let me scroll on Instagram. Next thing you know, it's 5 minutes. You're like, oh, crap, you know, better. Or, you know, you kind of get in the mix of it and you forget to wipe down your stuff. Like, you know, we've all kind of been there. You get ahead of yourself a little bit. But we want to try to avoid the going viral in the negative way.
That's the last thing we need here at Roane General and the Fitness Center. So let's go through some basic gym etiquette first.
Yeah.
You mentioned number one. Okay, let's say you're using machine. When you're finished with that machine, there are plenty of places that you guys have wipes, antibacterial wipes. So the number one rule of gym etiquette is wipe your stuff down. Yeah. There's number one. How about that? I'll start with that.
Yeah. We've got, you know, we've got 3 containers just in the gym. We go through a ton of wipes too. So if you ever get to a container and it's empty, just bring it up to us and we'll refill it. Sometimes too, our refill stock, we may be out and we're just waiting to get some more in, but we can get more. You know, we can go to PT. They have some buckets, so like we can we can wipe your stuff down.
You're not wasting these things.
No,
just utilize them.
Yeah, use them. Yeah,
so
use them
definitely,
plenty.
yeah. If you don't do that, then, and again, that may be just something somebody doesn't know.
Yeah.
If they walk in, they may see those things, but not know why they're there, and they're just not used to being in the gym that way. So yeah, definitely number one.
Yeah, yeah, and that's just with sicknesses going around, flus. We really want to try to wipe or watch that, and then too, it helps the machines too. We don't want a lot of sweat, just kind of moisture, just kind of sitting on them. I know those wipes, they kind of hold some moisture on there, but that we would kind of want to disinfect them down. And plus, it just makes them look a little cleaner. It gives them a little shine on the seat. So
that would be something that even in a normal gym you would need to do, and that's just proper etiquette.
Yeah, I mean that's
but
everywhere.
You guys are in a health and wellness facility. Yeah. You're around cardiac rehab. You're around physical therapy. People who are in there aren't just gym rats.
Yeah,
there are people in there who you've got to be very careful about keeping things clean and antibacterial wipes and things like that.
Obviously. Yeah. We have some high risk individuals like that. Me getting the cold. I'm down for a couple of days, but I'm fine. But someone like that gets the flu or something. That could be a big time. They could be in the hospital for a long time. It could really deter them. So we want to try to help make this as safe as a space as possible. As clean as a space as possible. So
speaking of clean spaces, here's another basic for you. If you utilize free weights, when you're finished with the free weights,
put them back.
Re-rack your free weights.
Yeah.
Do not leave them sitting out. Now, I understand if you're doing something such as like a multi-set, or if you're doing let's say you're doing a circuit.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, you're still utilizing those, so that's okay. You don't want to leave them out in the middle of the walkway. Try to keep them neat where you're situated when it comes to your workouts. But when you're finished with that,
put them up.
Put them up.
Yeah.
And you can even wipe down the grips if you'd like to.
Yeah.
I think that's a very important thing as well these days.
Yeah.
Re-rack your weights, please. That's another one.
Yeah. You don't want to just, every now and then someone will forget to, they'll be doing the incline bench and they'll leave some plates on. Like I get it. Sometimes you get sidetracked and this and that, but we want to put those up. Because most of the time, if you're warming up on that, you're not going to start with whatever weights you got on there. You're going to kind of start with that bar, warm it up. Plus, it just makes it a little bit more to where people know that that's not being used right now.
Yes.
If you leave them on there, and let's say you get done with something and you forget to leave them on, or you just like the workers, they can take care of it. That's what they're paid to do.
You peons can go ahead and go get that for them.
Yeah, put up my weights. But let's say you kind of walk around a little bit. Someone else is like, man, I want to use that, but that guy he's over there now. I don't know if he's coming back here, and you're kind of in this weird limbo spot. So once you're done, put them up, and you can kind of read the room a little bit. If the gym's pretty quiet, because we do have some downtime where there's not a lot of people, and you wanted to do like a superset. So maybe you wanted to do, like the leg extension and the hamstring curl, like do a set on the extension curl, back and forth. If it's pretty quiet, go ahead. You can do that there. If no one's kind of around. But then again, we have times where we're pretty packed. We were just packed down here about an hour ago.
Yeah. No in-class school, so a lot of kids.
Yeah. So we kind of maybe on a day like that, well, let's just stick on one thing and kind of do that. You want to be aware of everybody that's around you and realize you're not the only person down there. I feel like sometimes, and I've done it too. You kind of get the headphones in, and you're kind of in your own little world.
You're in a zone at that point.
Yeah. It's like I've heard it called before, like the main character syndrome. Like this is my
gym.
Yeah. Everyone's watching me. This is what I'm doing. But most of the time,
that's gonna be a good segue to what we're going to talk about a bit too.
But most of the time, a lot of people are just trying to get in and out. They may not have an hour and a half to work out. They may only have 30 to 45 minutes to kind of come in and get done. So we want everybody to have as much of an opportunity to do what they need to do on that day.
So a couple of basics there. One more basic is, again, read the room if you can. And again, that's a little more difficult, and especially if you've not been to the gym and you don't know like the gym culture or whatever you want to call it, is read the room, see, kind of keep your eyes on things. If you are planning on using a machine, take a look at it and see who's using it. And you may not like follow them the whole time, but when you're ready to use it, you may just go over real quick. Say, hey, are you done with this piece of equipment?
Yeah.
Just, don't just jump in on machines. If you see that people are using them, just be nice and go ask. Just to make sure that everybody's getting the best workout they can with the equipment that you guys have, which is still wonderful, but it's limited if there's a lot of people in the building. So,
and that's everywhere. You can, I can't have 10 bench presses, set up and then 10 different squat racks. We have what we have, right? But like a lot of times too, like you said, you just go up and ask somebody. Everyone is super nice, like, and really in any gym, people are pretty cool about it. Like, hey man, how many sets you got left? Oh, I got 2 more. Do you want this after I'm done? Yeah. Or they
do you
may
mind
even,
if I jump in?
Yeah, they may even ask if you wanted to jump in, and that's totally fine. You can kind of, if you want to jump in with them, you can. If you want to wait till they're done, I know some people like to maybe do their own thing or whatever, but yeah, I think nothing's wrong with just asking people. Everyone's really friendly. No one's gonna be like, "This is my machine. Get away from me. You can't use this."
I can't imagine seeing anybody in Roane County to do that. So, but again, we've watched plenty of videos, and so you see things, and you watch videos, you hear people do like some of the most egregious things.
Oh gosh,
and you're like, that could never happen here, and let's hope it never does happen here. Yeah. So that's a basic. One more basic that I'm just trying to think of off the top of my head is towel etiquette. Don't leave your towel on a machine that you're finished with. Don't call in a piece of equipment that you're not going to use for 30 more minutes. Yeah. Make sure you take your towel with you. Make sure you put your towel in the hamper when you're done.
We've got 2 of them. So
now I've been most guilty of this. I probably have 15 gym towels at my house.
Yeah, we're going to edit that one out there
because when I would go to the gym, I'm guilty. I haven't been there for a while, and I put it around my neck. I walk out and never brought it back. So I am guilty of thieving towels from this place. But towel etiquette's kind of a small thing. But just make sure you got it with you.
Yeah, and we're not trying to tell on people, but there's a couple people that'll act same thing. They act, you got it wrapped around your neck, and you just kind of walk out. You get sweaty, and whatever. But just if you do that, just bring it back. We're not gonna yell at you.
Yeah, you don't have to clean it. Just bring it back and put it in the hamper.
Yeah, we'll wash just drop it in there. We'll wash it. It's not that big of a deal.
So those are some small basic gym etiquette things, especially at this gym. Obviously with the cleanliness and just being aware of your surroundings and things like that. Those are the more serious ones. I don't call it serious, but those are the ones that are just kind of basic. Yeah. Now we get to the ones that are fun for us. Some of the ones that may be just pet peeves of ours. Yeah. But I have, Kyle, I'm 45 years old. I'll probably be 46 by the time this one comes out. I am to the point in my life that I am bringing back the draft, get off my lawn. So some things annoy me, and so I'm going to talk about some of them. And this is meant to be a fun podcast here today. Yes. Some of these gym etiquettes and some of these things that people may not or may know that they're doing. And if this is you, just take a look in the mirror.
The shoe fits.
Number 1, speaking of taking a look in the mirror, I consider this to be a faux pas for gym etiquette. No gym selfies.
Yeah.
And that goes for inside the gym itself or in the bathrooms when you're finishing up a workout or whatever it is. No gym selfies. Yeah. You can take selfies at home.
Yeah.
No gym selfies.
Yeah. So
this is going to ruffle some feathers.
It's going to strike a nerve with a few there. But yeah, that's something like not everybody wants their picture taken. And I know sometimes too, it like if you're doing one right, you may accidentally get someone. I just want to watch that, especially in the bathrooms. Like people are changing in there.
It could be awkward.
You don't want to walk in with 3 cameras kind of pointing at the mirror, and you're like, man,
you got Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler in there.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just trying to use the bathroom and get in and out. But and it's kind of to be devil's advocate, I see both sides. sometimes, once you kind of start seeing those results, that is good.
You're trying to track your progress.
Yeah, sure. And you're like, man, I'm really veiny today, or I've never noticed my shoulders like this before.
There's some definition in that.
Yeah. But like
it's cool to be proud of that.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, maybe do that at home.
Or at least leave it to a bare minimum.
Yeah. We don't want to.
If your workout lasts 40 minutes and your selfies last 35, you might be overdoing it at the gym. And again, we're not trying to discourage people from enjoying their progress. That's always a wonderful thing. Again, these are meant to be kind of fun and funny things that we see
to the extreme, right?
To the extreme, yes.
The extreme picture taken. Because like you said, it's you have a good workout in maybe you weighed in before your workout and you're down 10 pounds or whatever, and you're like you kind of got
pretty good.
Your workout's going great, you're to whatever your days, you got a good pump going. You know what? I'm gonna sneak a little one in the bathroom. So no one's in here. Okay.
A lot of this is about confidence too.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. We're here to help build confidence in people, and so like I said, if you do it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Be preferable.
Yeah. And like I said earlier about reading the room, read the bathroom.
Read the bathroom.
Someone's in there, man. Maybe wait 15 minutes. I don't know.
Got to get that pump shot in real quick.
Yeah. It does go away quick, but I get that. But yeah, just wait till you get home.
Let's go back and forth with this, Kyle. That was my first one. I had to get in there, which would be the gym selfies. What is the next one that would be kind of funny for you that you've seen in your many years of being in gyms?
Well, so I get this one sometimes, and you try not to be, I guess, rude about it. But, if someone's kind of, you never know what anyone's day is like, right? So I've had people come to me like, man, I wish I had your job. You can work in the gym and then you just work out all day. It's like, it's not like that at all.
That does not happen.
No. Even if I were to work out in the middle of the day, generally it's during my lunch break, and I can't, it's got to be kind of abbreviated.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's before or after. Most of the times it's after. So I put them headphones in. That's all I want to do.
Yes.
That's all I want to do. I've been thinking about this all day. I kind of will go over. I'll see what my workout is. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. Like this, at least that's what I'm looking forward to all day. And I'm getting going. And then someone's like, hey, did you watch Dancing with the Stars last night? I'm like, dude, I don't care right now. Let me get this going. I've got to take these out. And then you try to put them back in. Okay. Oh, by the way, we made steaks last night for dinner, dude. Let me give me the same thing.
You know what I call these people? And if you're one of those people, look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
I call these people habitual hoverers.
Yeah. Yep. I know what you mean.
So reading the room is very important for people. Yeah. So if someone like you is on a piece of equipment and people can see that you have a set of earbuds in, and these days, with the wireless, it's a little difficult.
They are hard to see, sure.
But if you see somebody on a piece of equipment, whether it be an elliptical, whether it be a treadmill, a bike, or if you're working out with those in, read that person's body language. Yeah. If that person is focused very well on things, they probably don't want to be interrupted. And even if you made the best filet of your life last night,
I don't really care at the moment. I'm sorry.
I think about when I was training for my run across America, and I did 2 a days, and so and the vast majority of what I did was cardio because I was trying to increase my lung capacity and lose weight at the time. I was trying to drop as much weight as possible quickly. Probably not the healthiest way to do it, but it required me to spend an hour to an hour and a half of a morning on a piece of equipment, and then in the evening another hour and a half, and it never failed because people knew what I was training for, and I don't begrudge them. They wanted to talk about it. But boy, is it hard to get into that zone when somebody habitually hovers and if you're on a piece of equipment and they'll just walk and stare right at you in front of you until you acknowledge them, and then you got to take out you got to stop what song you're on. Yeah. So don't be a habitual hoverer.
Yeah, and I never want to tell people to never come up and approach me and ask me if sure thing, man. But if someone's kind of on a time crunch or if they're training for something specific, a lot of times even you may not think it's that big a deal. Just like, hey, how's your parents doing? Whatever.
Yeah.
It can really kind of derail a little bit because now you're okay. I was what number was I on? Boom boom. And a lot of times if you get talking too much, you get your rest too much. It just kind of sucks the motivation out of you because then it's once you're done,
it's hard enough to be in the gym.
yeah, and then so then you're kind of okay, you almost got to regroup a little bit. Okay, I got to go back to this, and I had this and this. Oh shoot, I was supposed to be home. I'm gonna be late for dinner.
I got steaks coming tonight myself.
Yes, got some. I'm gonna burn my steaks, but we. It's okay to kind of go up to people and talk to them and stuff, but just read the room. I think that's going to be a common theme. Just kind of read
try to read the room. Try to read
bit.
individuals while you're here. And again, folks, these are meant to be funny. And it's just a hilarious thing that everybody sees them on film. I have not seen much of this. Some of it I've seen here at the gym. And it's, again, you laugh at it and you have a good time with it.
What's the Seinfeld, is it his New Year's grievances or whatever?
So the Festivus airing of grievances.
Yeah.
This is our chance to air some grievances in a fun way. So don't be a selfie Steve.
Yeah.
Don't be a habitual hoverer as well. One of the other ones, and again, this is kind of new with people trying to be influencers, and everybody wants to get famous on TikTok and all the other social media apps. So a lot of times people will record things in the gym. Number one, do you guys have a policy? Because some gyms may have a policy where there is no recording, or if you do, you make sure that you don't get anybody in your shot, anything like that. Is there a policy here, number one, for that?
Yeah, so it's on your membership agreement. If you were to film or take a picture, we don't want anybody else in it, right?
Yeah.
That's your thing there. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know the big influencers and stuff like that. That's how they make a living, right? So, I would never want to kind of deter someone's dreams. If you're going for that, man, do it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Just don't get people in it. And too, if you're filming and something, don't expect us to make they're filming. Wait.
Again, this is not your gym.
Yeah.
So read the room.
Yeah.
If you're going to be filming
Exactly.
something, find your area to film it. And here's the deal. You can't set a camera up halfway across the room and expect people are not going to step in front of it or walk in front of it. You don't own the gym. So make sure if you're going to do it, you do it the right way. And if somebody happens to get in front of your camera in your shot, be nice about it.
Yeah.
Be nice.
To tell you the truth, they probably didn't even see it.
Yes.
They didn't even know.
The way these cameras are these days, some of them are tiny.
Because I've filmed a lot of my lifts and stuff before. I've sent them to coaches and stuff. So I'd set my water bottle on a bench or something and set your phone there. And then if you do your back phone, the quality's a little better.
Yeah,
so
this guy knows what he's talking about.
You don't even really see the screen, right? And if you're just walking by, it's just a
phone there,
cup there. But I'd say if you're really serious about wanting to do all that stuff and film, maybe just let one of us know, hey, I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna film some stuff so we can kind of, maybe make sure we got some people out of the shot. Maybe kind of work around it a little bit. I guess. But luckily that that really doesn't happen a lot here. So if you're nervous about being on camera, I don't want to be on anybody's thing. I don't want people to know where I'm at. It really doesn't happen here. But
and again, if that is a concern of yours, they can come to you guys, or they could just go straight to the person and say, "Hey, I just want to make sure that I'm not being filmed or being recorded or any pictures of me out there. Just please respect, that." And again, it all comes down to communication with people. And they can do that.
Yeah.
So that's another one of mine. And again, that's kind of a newer deal with people over the last few years, influencers really trying to build a resume that way. And that's more of just, I think that's more of it's not a big city thing, but it just doesn't happen here at the moment much.
Yeah. I think the way kind of social media goes and it grows and stuff, you know, it may not be a huge thing here right now, but I mean, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 years down the road, it
Here we are
could be.
podcasting.
Exactly. Whoever would have thought? Look at us.
Yeah.
You know,
So let me ask you, what's another one for you then? Is there one that I've missed out on? Because of course the number one for me is the selfie Steve and the habitual hoverer.
Yeah.
And then of course the new age people filming. Again, remember, you are a member here. You do not own this gym, so be competent and aware of people around you.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a few, but I've also worked in like several gyms, so I've seen a little bit of everything.
Well, let's hear about some of those then.
Yeah, so it's like the I don't want to say it's just like the grunting and being loud, but it's the over the top a little bit. You know, the kind of like how you're peacocking, you're trying to show off. Generally, it's a lot of males that try to kind of show off, and
they get a little loud for loud's sake. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And you know, I get it. You know, if you're going for, you know, this is my last set. I've got 5. This is as heavy as I can get it. You know, once you get to 2 or 3, you know, you might need
a little grunt.
But when it's every single one, every set of every single one, and then when you rack it, you look around. You got to see that, you know, like
that's where you say that's where the peacock walking starts there.
Yeah.
Listen, and don't be Chris Farley from Tommy Boy when he walks by. He's like, you know where the weight room is?
Yeah,
that's right. I'll check it out after your set.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, and I've been guilty with it too, because a lot of times you get like two guys together, and like they don't even have to know each other, but like if I'm benching next to somebody, well, I was supposed to bench this much. That guy, he's benching that much. I'm gonna do a little bit more, and I don't know why we do it. We try to impress people that really probably don't care.
Don't care what you're doing.
But we're so worried about of how we, I guess, appear and how much better you think you are than someone else. Where if you just kind of like read the room, kind of look into yourself, kind of do this for yourself, not try to impress this dude that's benching beside you, because he's probably trying to do the same thing to you.
Yeah.
You know, like it's. I don't know. I feel like people try to show off instead of trying to work on what's better for themselves.
So we're going to call that one "Don't Peacock."
Yeah.
Okay. Don't grunt too much and peacock around after you're done with your set. Yeah. Here's one that gets me. And again, like I said, we're airing grievances here today.
Yeah.
This is a fun podcast. And again, if you are guilty of some of this stuff, you know, take a look at yourself and maybe think about it next time you head to the gym. Here's one. Number one, this is a funny one for me, but it's also for a purpose. Do not give unsolicited lifting advice to anyone in the gym. Now, that goes 2 ways. If you've been working out all your life and you're pretty knowledgeable about the subject and you see some youngster doing something wrong, I know the urge is to want to go over and tell them personally. Now, if they're doing something immediately that could really injure them, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be the only time. Other than that, come to you guys, say, hey, I just saw this person. They're really bad in form. They could injure themselves. Maybe you want to go talk to them. That's the way to handle that.
Yeah.
Do not give unsolicited advice in the gym. Yeah. That's something... So somebody will come in, they've been there for a week, they're feeling their oats, feeling pretty good about themselves. So they start looking around and they start telling people that don't do it this way, I'm doing it this way, and it works better. Do not give unsolicited gym advice to anyone. Just read the room, do your thing, let them do their thing, unless there's something that you think may be dangerous.
Yeah.
And then still, just come mention it to you. You guys are there for that purpose.
Yeah. So if someone's on the lat pull down machine and they're upside down, that's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Hey man, you sit there.
I think of Justin Long's character in Dodgeball when he's got both the rings wrapped around him and his legs halfway up in the air.
Yeah, maybe give him a hand, but
maybe pull back on the weight a little bit there, buddy.
Yeah. And again, a lot of people, let's say they've been working out for a long time, but for whatever reason, a lot of people think that they know everything about training and working out, and I know it all, right? I've been doing this for this long. I've gone to school for this. I've practiced what I've preached. I've put the book hours in, and I've put the manuals hours in.
Yes.
And sometimes I get the imposter syndrome, like, man, do I even know this stuff? Like, I kind of second guess myself sometimes. So to kind of see people give this advice, sometimes is it right? Sure, yeah, it's right. Maybe holding your hands this certain way on this is right. But a lot of times you're kind of missing the point because sometimes you can hear it going on. You're like, what is he? What is he telling this guy? What? He's telling some old wives' tale he heard 20 years ago. I'm like, dude, where did you hear? Like, what is going on? And I think that can be dangerous for the person, right? But then you also get kind of the overcoaching a little bit too. Well, this person said this, but the trainers said this.
And for someone who is not familiar with stuff,
it's like,
it's overwhelming.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. That can be overwhelming especially when we're talking about, people in this program who it was everything they had just to get into the gym to begin with. Yeah. And people start throwing things at them and they get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do this with this handle this way, standing this way. And then we're trying to just get you to just do the basic bare bones because we want you there, and we want you to kind of keep you there, and just, like I said, give you something basic that you're going to do, and then we can build off of it. And then you got somebody trying to give you some kind of advanced trick they did in the Army back in the day.
Yeah, do diamond push-ups there when you can't even do off your knees.
Add the clap in there. That's how really, but you're not even touching the ground.
Yeah,
whatever.
So the basic advice here is don't give unsolicited advice to anybody. If somebody asks you for advice, my suggestion still would be, listen, I could give you advice, but I do certain things. Maybe just go talk with Kyle or Matt or Will or any of the people who work here and have been through the training for this stuff. And you don't have to be mean about it.
No.
Just say, hey, I'd like to help you out, but I think it'd probably be better that the people who trained for this give you guys the information.
And that happens sometimes too. Maybe like you are doing some stuff right, and maybe you're doing something that's different and that this new person has never really seen before, and it's interesting and it's different and it's new, and they're like, how do you do that? You could go like, well, this is the way I do it. Kind of give them a little background on it, and then I'd ask those guys first, see if they think that's all right. Because while it may be work for you, like you never know what's going on with that other person.
Yeah.
So like, I do this, but they don't know that you got a bum shoulder and you can't reach overhead, and they're doing something that requires you to reach overhead or whatever, right?
I'd like to work my triceps. Do skull crushers.
Yeah.
Well, no, wait a minute. I can't get up there.
Yeah. Or like, if someone's got some heart problems, right? And they see somebody on like the rower, that looks really cool. Oh yeah. Hop on it. Just go as hard as you can. You don't know what's going on. And then you have
a code red.
Yeah, blue.
Code blue. Sorry.
Yeah. So and it's not just this too. Everybody's got different stuff going on that you don't know what's going on, and maybe you give them some advice, but they're doing something in a specific way, but maybe you're a little more stubborn. You're like, no, they need to be doing it this way, and you want to insert yourself. Like I said, you don't know what's going on with someone's training or what their workout is and this and that.
So not to be all negative Nancy here with these things, and we've had a lot of fun talking about these things.
Hopefully we get some laughs out there.
Yeah, I hope people laugh at it. And again, if you recognize, if you're listening to this podcast or watching it and you're like, oh my gosh, I do that, didn't know I did it, maybe that'll help you.
Yeah, it's okay.
But here are some not to be totally downer when it comes to this stuff. There are some good gym etiquette that things that you can do to practice good gym etiquette. One thing is, again, read the room, be aware. Let's say let's say you're not doing some intense workout that you need the focus for 30 straight minutes. Let's say you're just getting a workout in. Somebody needs a spot. If you got the time, just go over and spot them. If you're not sure how to do it, again, you guys are there to explain it, and I would say learn how to spot people in whatever the moves that they're doing, because you guys may be working with somebody else.
Yeah.
And if they ask you first, sure. Or if you don't know, say, well, how do you do that? They can give you a quick tutorial. It doesn't take much to spot people. You can be nice that way. You can share of your time a little bit. So be a good gym partner to the people around you. Give a spot if you have a chance to, if you have the time. If you don't, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's one good thing. Here's one that I see a lot around here is people cheering on people in this gym.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much, and we're talking all the time about people getting confident in the gym, people who are maybe they've never worked out, people who are on a journey, maybe they're trying to shed a lot of pounds, things like that, Man, it goes a long way to just stop
really
by and
does.
say, hey,
Yeah.
I noticed you're really killing it right now. You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to see. And I like it even more when it comes from like somebody else that comes to gym. So none of the staff.
Yeah.
Like if we got a new person and they've been coming consistently for maybe like a month or so, and like if you see someone coming up to them and just be like, hey, looking really good, good job, I look forward to seeing you in the morning, you're looking good. How's your stuff doing? Your workout's doing good. And you can just kind of see that person's face light up.
It's like a new haircut. They walk differently afterwards.
Yeah. And a lot of times too, that just gives them that boost to just kind of keep on going and going and going.
Because after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months, things can get repetitive and things can get boring, and you can lose some motivation.
Yeah. So. I mean, it's a grind. Like I was telling you, people would love to have my job because I work in the gym. Like I don't want to stay at work longer and work out. I want to go home and sit
have
on
a
the
life.
couch. Yeah, I want to go home and do this and that. I don't want to stay at work an extra hour, an hour and a half to do it, but it's what you got to do. And sometimes just, hey man, looking good today. Oh, thanks.
And again, that can quickly transpire into a habitual hoverer. So don't do that. Just in passing, maybe.
When you see that person on the way out, hey, looking good. Give them the fist bump.
And those are the things I see more of around here is people helping others in the gym, people giving people motivation in the gym, and that's what I like about this. And so if you're doing that, good on you. Keep doing that stuff.
Keep doing it. I would kind of challenge people. Give something to positive someone each time you come in. And it doesn't even have to be anything big. Like, hey, those new shoes, those look really cool.
Anything,
man. And now that person, every time they wear those shoes, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, people like these shoes.
Give them a little better hitch in their giddy up. That's what you do.
And I think you can do that, anywhere, not just the gym.
Yeah.
So
in the gym, that's another thing. Yeah. So if any of these negative things have applied to you today, we've had a blast talking about them and talking about gym etiquette in general and some basics and some specifics. If you do some of these things that we have frowned upon, maybe think about it next time you head to the gym. And if you're doing the good stuff, keep doing it, because that's what really builds a fun and a positive gym culture that people want to be at. And this program wants more people to be in it. And that's one of the ways you can do it, is keep people confident in the gym.
Yep.
Anything else, Kyle? Have we touched on every subject that you want to talk about?
Yeah, we got the good ones, but like you said, we really don't have problems like that here. All of our people
no habitual
are nice.
hovers, no selfie Steves.
Yeah, but
no unsolicited advice.
Yeah, here and there. But yeah, just like just keep it positive. Our people are really friendly. Like we want to build that good culture around the program that people come back to and build that community aspect of it. So like if you come Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10, those same people are there, and you kind of build your crew. If you do the class, you do your Monday, Wednesday class at this time, that's kind of your crew. So that's what we want to build. Keep people coming.
Gym etiquette, folks. It's
been a fun one.
It's been a fun one. We had notes given to us, but we didn't care about those notes. We knew what we wanted to talk about.
We freestyled this whole one there.
Well, Kyle, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a fun one. I hope people enjoy this. I hope people get a laugh out of some of this stuff.
Don't take this personal.
If you've engaged in it, or let's say you've been a victim of it. Just have a good time with it, have a good laugh with it, and enjoy your time at the gym. Be positive, and again, join the Prescription for Your Health. It's very cheap. I'm pretty sure free is the cost for it. And you can go see Kyle and the rest of his crew here at the gym And if you need questions about it, if you have any questions about gym etiquette, you can ask him about it
Yeah.
when you come into the gym. Thank you so much, Kyle
Yeah,
Raines.
thanks for having me again.
That's another episode of the For Your Health podcast, and this has been a fun one, folks.